What's going on, everybody? You're watching from the green room, and joining me tonight is Tripp and Jimmy from the band Gears. How you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
Doing well, man.
Good.
How you doing?
Not bad. It's a Sunday.
Yeah, buddy.
Um, thanks for taking some time to chat with us.
hmm
Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
I know Tripp, you said you're traveling, so um,
Yeah.
we'll jump
All
right
good.
into it. Let's talk about the "Don't Want to Say Goodbye." You guys just released that pretty awesome video. Tell us a little bit about that.
Thank you. Oh, the video. You on about the video or the actual song? What do you want to know?
Both. Tell us about both.
Oh, okay.
You could tell one,
The
and Jimmy.
song, man. The song. Yeah. The song is well. We always wanted to do a Latin song. Something that not Latin, but something that has Latin flavors.
Hmm.
Being that the band is from Miami, being that we're both from Latino descent, and we just thought it would be cool to have something, you know, some flavors in it, but still keep the essence of what we are,
Hmm.
of what Gears is. So, hence, Gears, don't say goodbye. Don't want to say goodbye.
Okay, so what about the video? How'd you guys come about to think about how to concept for filming it and stuff?
That we had to definitely bring that heat, that Miami heat. The sexiness, the rawness, you know, the I don't know, man. It's the magic of this city, you know. So we wanted to bring that incorporated with our song, and it turns out well. I mean, we're getting great reactions on it, and we're pretty happy with it
Yeah,
for sure.
I loved it. I like the beginning where it's the Spanish guitar, and it's the real classic,
Yeah,
and then it turns into the metal riffs, and it was pretty cool.
yeah. Thank you, thank
Yeah,
you.
I mean, and JT, like with the whole lighting and the design of the sets and everything for the video, I think you did a really good job kind of capturing that essence of Miami too.
Yeah, I didn't get to spend much time in Miami, but like listen to the song, I could just feel like I was like you're there, and it just it
That's cool.
reminisced of it, and so yeah, it was a really cool video, and the song is really great too. Um,
Thank you, man. Thank
Ge-
you.
Gears as a band is racking up streams and views. You guys have collaborated with some of the members of like Living Color and the Seven Dust, and been mentioned by Metal Insider and stuff like that. How's that
hmm
journey been so far for you?
It's been
Oh,
good, man.
full of up and downs.
Yeah, it's there's lots of up and downs, and there's been a lot of cool things that we've gotten to do. You know, those collaborations and tours and stuff like that. But it's like at this point, everything that we do just keeps like fueling the fire. You know what
Right.
I mean? It's there's not really a lull in this band because it's like we have so much cool stuff that is constantly happening, and um, some really cool stuff to look forward to as well. But yeah, each of those moments was definitely special. I think to all of us.
Right. Um, you're hitting the music scene with like a new era of kind of rock, and you dropped a series of singles from your upcoming independent album that you're going to be releasing here soon. When does that drop?
We don't really have like any plans for like an album per se. We have a ton of material that's done.
Mm-hmm.
We kind of just want to keep it to singles because that enables us to release more content and more music and more videos like more frequently.
Right, right,
It's like so much goes into making a full length record or even an EP, and then it's like kind of sometimes this there's songs that go on there that don't get the proper attention or proper push that we think that they deserve. So we don't really have solid plans as far as like a full length release. I know we
okay,
have a ton of stuff done, and Tripp and I have are putting our heads together to see what comes next. We have another release coming next Friday.
right.
That'll be a big one, and then from then and beyond, it's just kind of feeling it out and seeing what we think is going to be the best release for the next however long.
Right. Seems like a lot of artists are doing that nowadays. They're not putting out because, excuse me, for one, it's so expensive to do an album and
Yeah.
to produce it,
Absolutely.
and the studio time. So you're like the third or fourth artist that I've interviewed that's done the singles and not really pushing to do a whole full length album. So, and I get it.
It just makes more sense. Like, yeah, it makes more sense right now to do so.
I mean, we would
You
love
know,
to. I mean, it's
Right.
like, Tripp and I have had conversations about locking in the studio and doing like 30, 20, 30 songs and, seeing what comes out. But it's
Right.
just like right now, just trying to maintain that balance of creating material, releasing material, promoting material, and then hopefully, doing some shows and, all this stuff. It's just, it gets to be like, it starts to you get a lot of things on your plate, so you try to be smart with everything. DIY bands, we don't have the huge record label budgets and stuff like that to go and just if something doesn't work, like it doesn't work.
Right.
So we
Right.
kind of have to be a little bit more calculating with our funds and
Oh
time.
yeah. As if something doesn't work as an independent with no label or nothing like that, then you're out that money, and then what?
Yeah,
You know.
yeah,
for sure, for
So,
sure.
you guys have worked with producer Chris Dawson. What was that like?
amazing, bro. There's nothing. There's no words to describe that beautiful human being. He's an awesome dude. He's great to work with. He's definitely a how can I- perfectionist. You know, him and Beatty, Jimmy Beatty, they're amazing. They're amazing. I love working with those guys. I mean, everything that we've done so far with them have been something that uh, has enhanced the band. Has driven the band to a different level.
Right.
Not to say that other producer Corey Laurie, hasn't done that either. And he took us as far as he could, being that he's a sealer now and he's a busy man, and we can't all it's hard to work together because of schedules and stuff like that. So, and we got blessed with Dawson, and here we are
Awesome.
making great music.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we lean on those guys a lot, man. Dawson and Jimmy really kind of took the time to, kind of like talk with Tripp and I and talk about direction of the band and kind of give like their input of what they thought were our strengths. And, they really knew how to bring out the best in us and take it, but still taking into consideration, like not like we're still gears, you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? He took the sound that we had and kind of molded it and refreshed it a little bit and evolved it. And I mean, there's not enough good things I could say about working with those guys. I mean, they just know people, they know musicians, they're very talented, and they're just so comfortable. I mean, when you've been in bands as long as Tripp and I have, it's like sometimes you get in the studio and it's just not vibing, man. And it's like, I've been in bands and been in studios where it's like, I was glad for the experience to work with different people, but it's like, you know, we're just connected with everybody
Mm-hmm.
that we're working with currently. Like we're very fortunate to have such good people that really, you know, are concerned about putting the band's best, you know, sides forward, best foot forward,
Right.
whatever. So that's that we're grateful for that for sure.
Awesome. So the rest of 2022 and into 2023, I know Jimmy, you guys said you're releasing another single next Friday. What else you got
Mhm.
on the board for the fans of Gears?
It's really kind of touch and go, man. You know, this next single is going to get a much larger push. You know, Don't Want to Say Goodbye was a song that, you know, we just really wanted. It was kind of a selfish release. You know, that one was for Tripp and, and us and the band.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we really wanted to give that song a shot, make sure it saw the light of day. But this next song, this next release is going to get more of a marketing push and you know a bigger push at radio and stuff like that.
Okay.
Which is why it's so surprising that the response from "Don't Want to Say Goodbye." It's like we knew the song was special, but was it special to us or was it special? And it seems like it was a really special song, and the feedback has been amazing, and the response has been very supportive. And you know, it's huge. It's huge for us. So after this next release, you know, we have some other stuff definitely in the can, you know, that will be done. It's just kind of seeing how it goes.
Awesome. Awesome. Can't wait to see what the new stuff is. So, how did Gears come about? Like, I know bands form because people are friends and stuff like that. But how did Gears form? How'd you guys meet?
Band, band started in 2014. There was a common friend, or common associate that Jimmy and I knew, that put us together. And then, you know, Jimmy flew down to Miami. I live here, and we got a house, you know, and started to make music. And it was, I say, maybe 3 months, 4 months transition between making music, bringing Corey down, produce it, and final, you know, getting an EP out and then going on tour.
Mm-hmm.
So it moved pretty quickly, you know, pretty rapid. I would say that, you know, going on our first tour, we got into a huge accident and so forth. And I say that was like the test of times, I guess, you know, saying, hey, you guys really want to do this? Here's your first turmoil.
Right.
You know, we lost almost all the gear. You know, you're traveling in fucking, I guess, we were traveling in box trucks.
Dude, we had a box truck and a Prius for like half of it.
Prius.
And then we had we had to like split up the team, like, you know, whoever you had to take turns, like whoever didn't party that much or drink that much, you know, had to drive the box truck. And then, you know, he got one of the drunkards, and then somebody else had to drive the Prius, and they got the rest of the drunkards. So it was like, yeah, it was it was
Now,
really, and I
it
mean
was
that.
grueling.
Yeah, and I mean that first run, that was like over a month long, if I remember correctly. And this happened like
Right.
day 3. You know, we had 2
wow.
shows. We had one in South Florida, and then we had one in West Palm, and then we were off.
Yeah.
And then I mean, dude, it was long, man. That shit was rough.
I bet.
We were both hurt. You know, both of us. I had 2 black eyes. Jimmy had his shoulder all fucked up, and
Mhm.
it was just bad, dude. Really bad. But the love of the music, being that we were a fresh band, being that the music was at the time, you know, fresh, and we wanted to just play. We wanted to get out there and just do our thing. So, you know,
Right.
that adrenaline rush lasted 30, 40 days. So here we are, man. Rock and roll.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
Bet you're
dude.
retired after that 30 or 40 days. You're probably glad to be
Yeah,
Oh
I
man.
literally, yeah, I literally had to be put on the what is it, handicap chairs and strolled into a plane. That's
right.
how much pain I was in.
Wow.
It was bad, dude. It was really bad. I got home all jacked up. Yeah, yeah.
The life
That
of a
time,
rock star. Life of a rock
Yeah.
star in the
Yeah,
Prius.
the glamorous life.
Yeah.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. See, we were green before everybody thought it was cool.
Right. And now you need a Prius just to get around with the price of gas.
Yeah, dude.
Absolutely.
I don't even want to get started on that. Next question.
Yeah, I hear it. So where can fans find what's going on with the band and I'm sure all the usual Spotify and all that, but where can fans find you guys at?
Yeah, so if you go to gearsofficial.com, that's our like website.
Mhm.
That's probably the easiest way to direct everybody. You can find all the social links there. If you if you put Gears Band and Official, together, like you'll find the Instagram, the Facebook, the
Okay.
Twitter, all that stuff. But yeah, if they just go to gearsofficial.com, that's probably the easiest place to get direction to all things Gears.
Awesome. Tripp, Jimmy, it's been an honor talking to you guys, and let's do it again soon, man. Thanks for joining me.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Thanks, Brian. Thanks for having us.
Thank
Yeah.
you for having us.